Hi everybody, this is Lainey from Camp Joy Farms. I'm kind of hiding right now. I was going to do a video and walk along my beach and just kind of talk, but my neighbor came out and decided to fish. He lives across the pond from us, but noise carries and he could probably hear everything I say. So I kind of came around here by my dirt pile. My phone is in a pine tree and I'm just kind of set it up there. This is the one angle that it'll stay straight in, so here it is. Got pine leaves in front of me and everything, but I'm just kind of hiding out around the corner so, my voice doesn't carry across the lake. Today is January 22nd. Today marks the 1-year anniversary since my husband had his stroke last year. 1 year ago today, about this time, our lives were the same. We were babysitting our grandchild and getting ready to cook supper and do things, and I had no idea that by the nighttime our life would be changed. So that's the way it goes in life. It happened, but today I'm just kind of reflecting on it a little bit, because you have to kind of assess things. If I only focus on the things that are not so great, then you can get down and you can feel like, oh, look at all these problems I have. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be that kind of person. I try to focus on the good things. I'm not just a bubbly, happy person either. I'm kind of pragmatic, but I cannot complain a lot when I feel like we've been so blessed. Just had good health care. It was during all the COVID stuff, so that made it hard, because it was hard to see your husband, who was struggling to talk, and they were continually telling him to put a mask on and all that kind of stuff. That would just break my heart, and it kind of made me mad sometimes. And I'm kind of like, treat it patient by patient. This man is not in here because he has COVID. He's in here because he had a stroke, but whatever, you're kind of powerless during all those situations. They have guidelines, they follow them, whatever. So those kind of things made it tough to get through. But we had the best of health care. He had 9 months after he got out of the hospital of the best therapy that our insurance would provide, and we were luckier than some. I talked to some people there that were only allowed to have 20 sessions, and Richard, he got 9 months of uninterrupted therapy, so I cannot complain. He still has some challenges. He can walk with a cane, but it's rickety. I have to be there, shagging along behind him to make sure that if he needs anything or stumbles, that I'm there. His talking has gotten a little bit better, but he struggles still. I mean, there's just times I don't know. Last night he was asking me to move the black charcoal. Now, he can say things plain as day. He just can't always tell you exactly what he's talking about. That's aphasia. That's what aphasia is. What he wanted me to do was take his socks off. So I finally figured that out. Sometimes it's apparent to me what he's talking about. Sometimes it's not. So I figured it out. We got it done. But other days, he can pop off complete sentences with no problem. We had some friends over the other day, and he did really good. I could tell he was slowing his mind down. He was slowing his voice down, and he was able to get out a whole conversation to talk with them and things. So my dogs are behind me. So, there's good and bad, and it comes and goes, and it's okay. He's making it. When I reflect back on this year, I can see he's come a long, long way. He still has a lot of challenges. We missed a wedding last night for some friends of ours' son, and those are the kind of things we wouldn't have skipped before. We wouldn't have missed those before. But he's not up to doing things like that right now. Big crowds. He just can't finagle all that right now, and it would be too much for him and too much for me to try to get him through something like that just for the sake of going. So they understood, and it was fine. But I'm hoping maybe in the next year his confidence is back up. He's a little more steady, and we may not be missing out on those things in our life that we really don't want to miss out on. So anyway, we take it one day at a time. I'm so grateful. I always say I think of movies and different things. Well, today I couldn't help but thinking of the Laura Ingalls book, The Long Winter. And some of you out there, mostly probably women, but some of you out there that have read all those books like I have through my life, I thought of Pa Ingalls. They had had 7 months of continual blizzards with only a day or two break between blizzards. They were starving. Everybody in their town was starving. And during probably that beginning of that 7 month, he had just had it. And he stood up and he shook his fist at the wind and he just said, "You're not going to beat us. You're not going to beat us. Spring is going to come and we're still going to be here. You're not going to beat us." And I thought about that today because, it's been a year, and sometimes people always talk about caregivers and they tell me to take care of myself and things like that. Two things. I really don't like using the word caregivers all the time, and I hope that doesn't make anybody mad. Yes, I'm definitely a caregiver. That's what I do all day long, every day. But I don't want to lose my sense of being a wife and a mom and a grandma and all, and just lose myself in that label of caregiver. So I'm kind of pushing it off. If that's okay, I'm going to do it. It's okay with me, so I'm going to do it. I just don't want to offend anybody that does always say things like that, because I do get it. I understand. I just don't go around calling myself one that all the time. I'm just Richard's wife. I'm doing for him what I know good and well he would do for me if the situation were reversed. Second of all, I haven't had a lot of sleep this year. I have to get up 2 or 3 times a night sometimes to help him. And so probably since March 2nd, I have not had a complete go to bed at this time, wake up in the morning kind of sleep. I haven't had it. You would think I'd get used to it by now and it really wouldn't bother me. But man, when you're in a dead sleep at 1:30 or 2 in the morning and you get up and then you go back and get in a dead sleep and you're back up at 5, and it's hard. And sometimes, when I get back in bed, it's hard to roll out. Some things are going to have to change here shortly, though, because there's no way that I can do all I need to do this spring with gardening and things like that, keeping the schedule that we're keeping right now. It's just not going to, some things are going to have to change. I'm not saying Richard's going to have to change completely. It might just have to be me. I might just, at a certain time, that's it, I'm up, whether I've been up twice during the night or not. And I need to, I guess, ask for help more as far as maybe just getting a little bit of a break. I really don't go anywhere by myself anymore. Got a couple of little breaks right there at the holidays to go to Thanksgiving and Christmas for a couple of hours, and that was it. But I might have to take up some of his friends up on their offers to come by and sit with him sometime, so that I can maybe just get out of here. Sometimes you just need not so much sleep. You just need some quiet and some peace where you're not really needed maybe. So anyway, I keep thinking though of Pa Ingalls, and I keep thinking this didn't beat us. It's been a tough year, but it didn't beat us. We were still standing. I've had some nights where I lay in bed running numbers through my mind and finances, and who doesn't do that? Who doesn't do that anyway? But this has definitely changed things with all of a sudden, the income changes and all that stuff. It's changed things, but it hadn't beat us, and we're making it. And projections for the coming years are fine. Thank goodness we weren't deep in debt. And I encourage everybody to try so hard to get out of debts like credit cards and car notes you might not be able to afford or things like that. We had paid off some things, and we just simply didn't have any credit card debt. If you can get out of debt and get as financially stable as possible, you won't regret it, because you don't know what's coming tomorrow. You don't know. I thank you for listening to me today. I just kind of wanted to mark this anniversary of this 1 year since his stroke and just kind of reflect a little bit. We're good. We're happy. We laugh a lot. Life is good, and we can't complain. This is Lainey from Camp Joy Farms. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.